from the Lakeside newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
A Henrico supervisor proposes some big changes, and the county's first protest doesn't go quite as planned. We'll have details about those stories and more in today's Henrico News Minute for Thursday, June 4th, 2020. It's brought to you today by Nathan's Roof Repairs.
And now for the news.
Varina District Supervisor Tyrone Nelson is proposing that the Henrico Board of Supervisors change the name of the Confederate Hills Recreation Center immediately and also establish a citizen review board for public safety agencies. In an email Tuesday to fellow supervisors, Nelson asked for those requests to be considered along with two others: the reduction in Henrico's mutual aid police support to Richmond if any of the county's police officers have been involved with tear gas incidents or what Nelson termed violent displays of aggression or posturing, and assurance that county officers are using only approved methods of interaction with citizens and that any who aren't be terminated immediately. The Citizens Review Board, like the one proposed in Richmond yesterday by Mayor LeVar Stoney, would allow members of the community to review cases in which police officers or other public safety officials possibly acted inappropriately, Nelson said. He proposed that county officials bring a concept for such a board to supervisors for review by late next month. During an online discussion Tuesday night with other local black elected officials and religious leaders, Nelson said that the black community is understandably hurting in the wake of George Floyd's death at the hands of police officers in Minnesota last week. But Nelson also encouraged those who are protesting Floyd's death and the larger topic of police brutality and unjust treatment toward some blacks to have clearly defined objectives. He described his four requests of the Board of Supervisors as his asks, shaped by the desires of a number of his constituents, and he challenged others to define their own asks. He said those who protest out of anger alone will end up wasting the moment. You can read more about this topic on Henrico Citizen right now by clicking on this article. Well, a protest planned in western Henrico yesterday didn't go quite as scheduled. Organizers had planned for protesters to gather at Short Pump Town Center and march 14 miles into the city of Richmond, but only about a dozen or two protesters showed up in Short Pump and gathered near the mall. More than 100 protesters later gathered at Willow Lawn and marched into the city to the Robert E. Lee Monument. The Citizen was there bringing full live coverage yesterday online and on social media. One protester, Ace White, told us, quote, "We don't want anything stolen, we don't want anything broken, we want justice and we need the community to make that happen," end quote. You can find all of yesterday's coverage on henricocitizen.com. Some good news on the COVID-19 front. Henrico County has experienced only 27 total new cases of the virus in the past 2 days, according to announcements from the Virginia Department of Health. The county is averaging about 360 tests administered a day. Henrico's total case count is now approaching 2,000 at 1,946. A total of nearly 14,000 tests have been administered to Henrico residents. That's an overall positivity percentage of just more than 14%. Henrico police are investigating a shooting that took place at about 2 o'clock in the morning today at the Overlook at Brook Run apartment complex in Lakeside, just off Brook Road. It happened in the 2000 block of Montbrook Lane. 2 people were injured. Both were taken to a local hospital. There are no details about any suspects. If you have details about the shooting, call Henrico Police at 501-5000. And also today on henricocitizen.com, in our new feature, Today in Henrico, an audio conversation with Alex McCrickard of the Virginia Department of Game and Inland Fisheries. He joins us to talk about this weekend's license-free fishing opportunity for Virginians statewide. To listen, visit henricocitizen.com and click on podcasts and then Today in Henrico. And remember, tomorrow is the deadline to apply for 3 months of free advertising from the Henrico Citizen. As part of our Facebook journalism program grant, we are offering free packages to 10 small businesses of 25 employees or less in the county. All you have to do is apply at henricocitizen.com/small-business. Today's Henrico News Minute has been brought to you by Nathan's Roof Repairs, a small company doing big things. Check them out online at nathansroofrepairs.com or call 273-9200 for a free estimate.